Yeah, it's been a while since I made one of these, and it's no better time than to do it than right now. So today I'll be giving you guys the top 10 boss fights in the entire history of the Mortal Kombat series. 1992, 2016, present day, let's dive in, man. I had a lot of fun going back and revisiting all these fights, man. Some of them I haven't seen in years, some of them very recent to the series and stuff, so you guys just sit back, relax, and let me narrate this bullshit. So coming in at number 10 is the Mortal Kombat Armageddon boss fight, Blaze. Now, if you first went and played the arcade for this game, ignore the story mode and just went to play the arcade, you're going to be very disappointed to see that every character is going to have a very repetitive ending. So what you would then do is go and play the story mode itself, hoping to God they give you a proper fleshed out ending to the Mortal Kombat series, because that's how they advertise it. This is going to be the end. But then you're going to play the story mode and it's going to be the same as the arcade endings, and you're going to be like, fuck you midway. That's how I was, you know. Even as a kid, I was like, what the flying fuck is this bullshit they're serving me on a plate? Anyway, it's done and dealt with. It happened. Thank God the series evolved and got better with Mortal Kombat 9 and X, and hopefully Mortal Kombat 11. So coming at number 9 is the Ermac secret boss fight from Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Now, I played out the story mode. I was very linear with it. Like, what they told me to go and do, I did that. I didn't adventure a lot, you know what I'm saying? But then I defeated Shao Kahn, I defeated Shang Tsung, I defeated Kintaro, and I was just free roaming, you know, collecting all the collectibles, the concept arts, and then I discovered Ermac, man. I was thrilled. Because the thing I like about the Shaolin Monks boss fights is that everyone felt like a demigod. No one felt on your level. Like, all the boss fights, they had something special about them. And in the recent Mortal Kombat games, everyone feels a little underpowered, you know what I'm saying? But in Shaolin Monks, man, they really made everyone feel like a goddamn superhero. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about the old school Mortal Kombat games. I hope in the upcoming Mortal Kombat games, everyone is treated like a god, like they're really super fucking powered and not just humans with a little bit of power, you know what I'm saying? Coming in at number 8 is the Shang Tsung Quan Chi fight from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Now, the fight itself is not what makes this memorable or epic or anything. It's the setting for the fight. It is the Shang Tsung Temple, created in Outworld, where he's creating the most epic and gigantic soul knot possible. Now, when I first saw this, I was blown away, like, wow, we're in the PS2 era, man. This is some really epic looking shit. And I still haven't forgotten it, man. Especially in the Deception intro, you really get to see it in an enhanced graphical setting, man, and it's just beautiful. It's just utterly beautiful. Coming in at number 7 is the Shao Kahn story mode fight from Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011. Now, if you play it at the arcade, you're going to fight in the Coliseum, but it's something about this setting as well that really made this fight memorable. It's the Mortal Kombat 3 setting reimagined, improved, all that nonsense. And well, it really made an Outworld invasion believable, in my opinion. Like, all the dragons, everything was just kind of terrifying, man. And I hope Mortal Kombat is not real, because I don't want to see no freaking dragons up in this bitch, man. My brain is not ready for that. It's just not. No, thank God it's not real. Now, another conspiracy theory I have personally, I'm just going to throw this in. I don't think Shao Kahn is dead. I mean, he goes up to the sky, it looks like he explodes, but I think he's imprisoned right now. And I hope that's what happens, because if he's like dead, and is not going to return his story mode at all, Mortal Kombat 11, 12, 13, it will be quite troublesome. But I doubt they're going to do that. I think he's imprisoned, he's going to break out or some nonsense. I really hope he's in the next game, man. He'd be a very epic plot twist. Not as much of a plot twist as Liu Kang potentially being the main villain in the next game, but it's a plot twist nonetheless. Moving on to the 6th entry in this top 10 list is the Shinnok battle from Mortal Kombat X, man, the latest battle in the series. Now, when I first played this fight in the game, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because he reminded me of Jinpachi, if that's his name, if I'm remembering correctly, from Tekken 5. And the transformation is so irrelevant to Shinnok as a character. Why did he become a fire-breathing demon because he absorbed Earthworm's power. It just doesn't, match up. Yeah, whatever. But the fight is memorable in of itself because it has two layers to it. You have to fight Shinnok himself, who is not a pushover, and then this new transformation. And how the fight ends, if you lose, is quite cool as well. It's kind of better than the Shao Kahn ending from MK9. It's interesting how he takes your head or he does this to you. Either ending is cool. I fucks with it a lot. The fifth entry in this list brings us back to my favorite Mortal Kombat game, Shaolin Monks. Now, when I played this back in the day, man, we're talking 06, I got this game week 1, not day 1, week 1, my brothers. Now, to fight all three of the Outworld Assassins at the same time, when all of them appeared on screen, they made that dynamic pose, ready to fight you, man. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I really dig this. I dig this. Because this was like, was it? Nah, I think, yeah, this was my first proper boss fight in the game. Reptile is after this fight, so this was the first proper boss fight in the game. And I was thrilled, man. I was like, god damn, they make the NPCs, the boss, look cool, and they made you look cool as well in the cinematics, man. Yo, Shaolin Monks, my favorite game, man. My favorite Mortal Kombat game, because it made everyone look powerful. No one seemed too weak. In MKX, everyone seemed too weak. Raiden did not feel like a god in MKX. You know what I'm saying? Shinnok didn't feel like a god in MKX. Not even Johnny Cage, even though they want to put him on a level of an elder god. But not an elder god, of a god in of itself. It was corny, man. I didn't like how everyone's powers were portrayed in the recent Mortal Kombat games, but in Shaolin Monks, man, I didn't like how it was portrayed. But speaking of powerful, coming in at number 4 on this list is Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 2. I know a lot of people would disagree with this placement, but as you see the list progress, you're gonna understand why he's number 4. Now, when this game first came out, man, it was an epidemic across the fighting game genre, the fighting game scene. He is debatably in the top 3 best boss fights of all time, but man, I can't explain it, man. The setting was cool, the crowd cheering. He was really a boss. He was standing taller than you. He was taunting you. He was doing everything. There were no gimmicks to this fight. He was just powerful. That's it. There were no tricks. He was just freaking powerful and hard to beat. And that's what makes Shao Kahn so powerful, man. So memorable in the Mortal Kombat series and in fighting games in general. Now, coming in number 3 is Onaga. There is no other character released since Shao Kahn that filled his place as much as Onaga did when he was revealed in Mortal Kombat Deception. Now, there's a little dynamic to this fight, that if you were to destroy the Kamidogo surrounding the arena, Onaga gets weakened. I don't know if he gets weakened or what is it? It makes it easier to defeat him. Either one happens, I can't remember, but I discovered the dynamic by accident. I just went to the edge of the map and he personally destroyed the Kamidogos, and it was a breeze to defeat him. But it was cool to fight him because they made him look so powerful in the Deception intro cutscene that to fight him personally, man, I was kind of nervous, man. I'm like, god damn, he's gonna one-shot me or something, man? What is he gonna do? He didn't do that, but he was just very resilient, hard to defeat, man. He was blocking and all that good shit. It was a good fight, a memorable fight, and it was a fight you look forward to. You know what I'm saying? It was a fight you look forward to. You wanted to see how do you personally match up to Onaga, man. And well, as you can see, he wasn't that tough, baby. No, he wasn't. Coming at number 3, man, is the Goro Shang Tsung double fight. It's not a double fight, but Listen, this was the first Mortal Kombat game, right? To fight Goro, he was such a unique character for his time. And then to go on and fight Shang Tsung, who's even more of a unique fight. It was like so epic to just fight two bosses back to back that were so different from each other, but yet had such creative dynamics to them in the boss fight. You know what I'm saying, man? Goro grabs you, he jumps on you, he shoots plasma at you, everything was cool. And then Shang Tsung came along with his own dynamic, transforming into characters you play with, you know. It was so cool, man. I really appreciate what Midway did back in the day with these fighting games, man. Especially the first 4 games, Mortal Kombat 1 to 4. Memorable as fuck, man. The Deadly Alliance to Armageddon days were a dark time for the series, but they made their comeback, and they really made their comeback in the upcoming games going forward, man. I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 11 to see if they transform the game a little bit more, because right now the formula they're using is kind of getting stale. I'd really like it to be revamped a little bit, not too much, but a little changes would be welcome, man. The variation system is not a big enough change for me. Like, I want the fighting system itself to evolve a little bit. Do not become like Street Fighter, man. Evolve, keep evolving that realm, take those risks. That's what made the Mortal Kombat 9 and MKX come back so great, because you guys took risks with the Deadly Alliance stuff, and then you made the freaking comeback in Mortal Kombat 9 and X. And now we're at the end of the list with Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks yet again. Now this fight, man, there's no one that's going to beat this fight flawlessly on their first playthrough. It just seems impossible. I'm not going to discount anyone's fighting game knowledge. I mean, especially in this day and age, everyone's so good at games right now. But back in the day, I really doubt anyone could play this boss fight on their first playthrough and win without a death. It didn't happen for me, especially at the Kintaro fight, because the bosses did so many unexpected things. You know, it wasn't just a straight out fight or anything. They like had their own dynamics, which you could eventually learn to play around. But if it was your first fight with them, you're gonna struggle, man. You're gonna struggle a lot. Kintaro was tough, Shang Tsung was tough, but there was no one more difficult. No one more difficult than Shao Kahn, especially after you fuck up his face, man. He was a tough fight. So I'm gonna leave you guys to bask in the memories, man. This is gonna be the end for me, man. I'm gonna be signing out in a minute or two, and I really hope you guys enjoy this list, man. More top 10s to come for games in general, man. I'm really going to expand these top 10 lists now, man. It's time to evolve, man. Mortal Kombat's been out for a year, and it's time for us to start moving forward, man. Thank you guys for the support over the past year or more, man. It's really been fun making these top 10s for you guys. More Mortal Kombat top 10s to come, of course, but expect more top 10s for more series I personally enjoy to come your way soon enough. This has been your boy, JK. Peace out, and of course, enjoy your day. Yeah, man.